So if you want to be taking banging trades in the market like this one here that I took yesterday, then you need to watch this video, because I'm going to show you my strategy and why I've got a 70 to 80% win rate over the past few years, and I've got about over 100k of payouts now from Apex, Lucid, etc. So really my strategy is just very, very simple. It's a sweep of liquidity followed by an inverse back to the upside, and that is literally it. Basically all it is this. I'm just going to write it down quickly for you. It's a sweep of a low liquidity. Major liquidity is usually better. I'm looking for a bullish reaction, good momentum. I'm looking for a IFVG, inverted fair value gap. Is it inverted fair value gap? I always get this confused because I think I've got dyslexia. I'm looking for like the best ones are 3 candle pattern V shapes, and then very simply I'm just looking to target 1R, and then I'll just hold runners for liquidity. And this is it. This is literally my entire strategy. It sounds really simple, but there's a lot that goes into it that actually makes it really high probability, and it has got a really high win rate for me. As you can see, we've got a pretty absolutely beautiful example of this. We've also even got obvious liquidity above that we could take here. So yesterday was a pretty interesting day in the markets. You can see we've got this absolutely beautiful trade here. This would have been even better if we'd swept this low down here, but honestly when you look at this, you can see we come into open, we pump up, we come down, we sweep out the 930 area, and then we get this absolutely insanely bullish 3 candle pattern V shape after sweeping this low, including the 930 low. As you can see, we come down, and then basically it's a tale as old as time, really. I was only expecting this really to come up to the top of this liquidity here, but we just started really knifing through this whole area and ended up coming all the way up here to this really far away area. This was literally like almost $1,000 pump, 1,000 point pump I should say, on the day. But anyway, this is the strategy. It's really simple. So what have we got? We've got a sweep of the low, we've got a bullish reaction. You can see we form the 3 candle pattern V shape on the 5 minute during open. Pretty significant. I thought the most interesting thing about this trade specifically for me was the fact that if you look here, you can see we actually inversed this 5 minute to the downside. You can see we created a 5 minute BPR here. BPRs are very strong price distribution arrays in the market, and the fact that we inversed this to the downside, swept the low, and then re-inversed it to the upside told me that we were really bullish, because this is a 5 minute BPR created at open when there's really high volume. And if you're inversing this back to the upside, that probably means that we're really bullish, because you tend to see these kinds of price distribution arrays, especially during open, getting respected heavily because they are so strong. This is 2 fair value gaps stacked on top of each other here. So you can see we came down, we got the inverse to the downside here on the 5 minute, but then we re-inversed it back to the upside, and this really told me that we were probably going to keep going up, because obviously, like I said, this is a very strong price distribution array in the market, a PD array people call them, and this tends to be the kind of price action. If you inverse this back to the upside, you're probably going to get a reversal, because it is such a strong area of price usually. Also, a lot of people saying, oh, they took the short here and got wrecked. The thing is, we never actually changed order flow bearish here, in my opinion. If you look here, you can see we come down, but we were actually holding a bunch of gaps below. If you look here, this is open here. You can see we came up, opens here, we pump up, we come down, we actually sweep through these gaps here. There was actually a 1 minute here that failed that I took, which was a really good trade as well. This actually failed, but then I took the win afterwards. But you can see here, we came down, but we actually, if you look at the 15 minute, I think it was, that was the most telling part of price here. We came down and we never broke this 15 minute below. You can see we came down, we swept the lows here, and then we came and we held this 15 minute below, which I thought was really interesting. There were gaps on the lower time frames here that did get inversed. You can see we did inverse this 2 minute. There was a 3 minute and a 1 minute here that all inversed down. Bit of a choppy, strange time on the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. Like I said, there was a 1 minute here that technically failed. I actually did take this on some of my accounts, and this lost. You can see there was a 1 minute here I thought was really good, just because the momentum here was good. We got the 4 candle pattern V shape after the sweep. You can see we came down, but then we came back up again. And overall, this open was a bit strange if you weren't really paying attention to order flow specifically, but I figured, if you look here, we actually came down, we got this tap of the 1 hour and the 4 hour here, and then we actually re-tapped it and then came up again. I just felt like with the week being so bullish, I was just so bullish biased that I thought longs would work better than shorts here. And that was my whole methodology for the trade, really. But you can see here, we've got obvious liquidity above. There we go. Obvious liquidity above. This is really, really good trendline liquidity. I was trying to target this all day. I actually took this. There was a 1 minute and a 2 minute down here that I took. That I actually took like a 1 or a 2 R on, but then I got break evened on the rest. But you can see we eventually got there with this 5 minute inverse. Overall, just a really, really good trade. And there have been quite a few trades like this that I took this week. People have been struggling in the markets recently, and I can understand why. But honestly, you don't need to be suffering so much with these markets. I think overall, things have been not amazing, but they definitely could have been worse. I think that on the 1 minute, if we go back through price action here, I'll show you some of the trades that I've taken on the 1 minute this week. So let's go back to Monday. There's Friday. So Tuesday, Monday. Here we go. Monday was a weird one because we kind of just ground to the upside all day. You can see I wake up at about 8 AM London time here. So a bit of a choppy day here. Choppy situation. There was a 1 minute here that you could have taken. This would have been a scale half break even for me. You can see we've got our sweep of liquidity. I've lost my bloody thing now. The thing that I copy and pasted. Here we go. Because for some reason it copies and pastes them really far away up here. Coming back. Let me copy it from here. There we go. So what are we looking for, guys? We're looking for a sweep of a low. This is London here. So I'm expecting, you know, we came down. We've got a 3 candle pattern V shape here. As you can see, we sweep the low that we created, 3 candle pattern V shape. This one took a little while to play out. Aiming for 1R here. I think I got a scale half and break even because I do scale half at 1R and then target runners for liquidity, like I said. Monday was a weird one because basically we just absolutely dumped for the whole day, basically, as you can see here. Dump, 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 and then we get to open, which was here. We dump all the way down. You could have taken this 1 minute here. This 1 minute would have worked, as you can see. There was actually this 1 minute all the way down at the lows. I think that was the one that I ended up taking. You can see we come down, we create a low, we accumulate, we manipulate the lows, and then we get this 3 candle pattern V shape at the low after sweeping, re-sweeping the low with the manipulation leg. I entered on this, I believe, and then basically just targeted. I mean, I got about 4R out of that before it reversed. Just a simple trade, really. You can see there's loads and loads of examples of how this strategy works really well. I thought this one during Asia was really good. Come back here, you little bitch. This one during Asia I thought was really good here. This was really annoying and disappointing that I couldn't take this because I was asleep. But you can see we actually got this really obvious area of price where we were just developing liquidity. As you can see, we sweep the lows. We don't get a reaction initially, but we actually have another leg down, another manipulation leg, and then we get this move all the way up here through both these fair value gaps. Really, really bullish. You could have taken it here. Stop is a close back below the gap down here, and then as you can see, pretty clear that we're coming to the upside here. Really, really obvious strategy, guys. Trading doesn't have to be so difficult. There were loads more examples, but honestly, I'm just going to leave it there because I don't think you need to be lectured too much longer about it. But as always, I do appreciate you watching. If you do want to get more alerts and signals for this, you can get them down below in the description. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, and in the description you can join the community for alerts for all my trades. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.